stay fly.
What's good? Welcome to another episode of Mouthin Out. Right now, we are in Charlotte, North Carolina at the world famous Audio Box. Right now, I'm here with
It's your boy Milan Hightower. What's poppin'?
one and only. Thank you for joining us today. This interview is long awaited.
I know, bro. I know, man. We go way back, like 2 flats on a Cadillac.
For real, I remember I was in college. This nigga was coming around, flirting with the girls and stuff like that, doing music, trying to pick off videographers and photographers and everything like that. What have you been doing now? What you been up to?
Lately, man, I just been in my bag, man. I can't really complain, bro. I'm back on my music shit, super heavy. Working. I've been pushing a single by the name of Fabulous. It's doing pretty well. It's like 100K plus streaming right now on Spotify. I just dropped a project called Perseverance. Doing very well. Preparing to drop a deluxe real soon. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got going.
So before we really get deep into your music, how I like to start my shows is with an elevator pitch. Do you know what an elevator pitch is? Okay, so I'm gonna break it down for you. All right, so we're in a big corporate building, right? So in this big corporate building, we're going to be at the top floor. And we're going to get on this elevator. Who's going to be on this elevator? Jay-Z, Rock Nation executives on this elevator. We got Bad Boy executives on this elevator. Drake, OVO, the who's who is on this elevator. Okay? So now you got 1 minute to pitch to them on why they should sign you. Okay? You ready? Got 1 minute while we on this elevator with all these executives that can change your life to snap of a finger. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Hey Jay, I just got one question, man. Like, when you made the blueprint, did you know you were really creating the blueprint of the whole industry? Or did you just like name your album the blueprint and it so happened to be the blueprint? But I'm Milan. I'm from Charlotte. I've been doing music since I was young, like a super kid. So I know the industry inside and out. I literally can say I've been in the game 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do the math and figure out how old I am. But I would love to just sit down and talk to you and just put something in motion. Hold on, wait, Diddy, where you going? Come back. Let me holler at you. If you look at my bio right now, I do call myself the next Diddy. I literally can wear all caps in the industry, from an executive to a manager to an artist to a producer to a fashion guru. So I think we need to sit down and do lunch as well. Shit, if y'all both want to come, we can actually all sit down and have lunch. Really go over how to put me in position to run this world. Because y'all already doing a fabulous job. By the way, I have a single called Fabulous. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. And I would just like, wait, Fit, come in, let's talk. Power moves, you get it? Power move, you know what I'm saying? Because power, okay, you get what I'm saying. But I just want to act on one of your shows, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just trying to just put me in the game, coach. I'm the next biggest thing coming out of Charlotte, but I'm the next big thing to really run the industry. Okay, so before you go, take my social media, MILAN HIGHTOWER. That's Milan Hightower. And if you can't find me, you could definitely look up the Gnarly Boys, because those are my brothers. Yeah, it's 4 of us. My mama pushed out 4. We got the same mom, same dad. Ain't none of that fugazi shit. But yeah, we're a family that's into music. So yeah, just fuck with us. We like the new Jackson 5 or something.
And I'm glad you said your social media, because a lot of when I do this, nobody says their social on how they can contact you, anything like that. And let's just run it back one time. How can they follow you, or if you want to drop an email also, just in case like an executive comes across this interview or this snippet, they can contact.
On all platforms, it's Milan Hightower. That's MILAN Hightower HIGHTOWER. If you do want to email me beats, or if you are an executive or something trying to get in touch with me, you can email me at redpyramidco@gmail. That's RED pyramid PYRAMIDCO @gmail.com.
So you said you've been doing or in the music industry for 20 years, just about.
20 years.
So when you say in the industry, like doing music,
I've been in the industry longer though. Cause I started off acting in off Broadway plays and shit in New York.
really?
Yeah, I started off acting first. My mom got me into that shit real early. I used to travel with this all black agency, and we used to do plays like in New York, Jersey, Connecticut, like anywhere on the East Coast. So while I was like from the age of like 5 to like right before I moved to Charlotte, like 5 to 7. So like I was doing that shit for like 2 years. I was on off Broadway plays, and we moved out here, and then that's when like the whole Bow Wow era started.
What was your whole thought process when you were doing these plays? Was it something that you were wanting to do, or was it kind of just more like, okay, my mom says do this, I'm gonna do this and just enjoy it, or just like
I can't lie.
thinking about
I
that?
can't lie. I was so young, but I just used to sit in front of the TV and watch like Wayans Brothers and Martin and Will Smith, you know. And I knew I liked that shit. I used to laugh. Being that young and being able to comprehend comedy, like really sit there and laugh at that shit, I knew, like, of course, but like my mom, she was in a group when she was younger, and her dad, which is Willie Hightower, was a singer and still is a singer. You could Google him. He was out in the '60s.
Music is in the fan.
Yeah, music's in the fam, and my grandmother on my father's side, she was in the choir, so music was already in me. But the play I was in, it was like music. Y'all, hey, he can hear y'all in my interview. Go in the room that has a door. That's the gnarly boys, if you want to know. So, um, it was a play and it was incorporating music as well. So I had a singing part, and the song used to be like, oh, I'll never forget it because the director played my dad in the play. And he used to have the song, "You and me, we're gonna be together. You and me, we're gonna be all right." And all I remember is that he used to spit in my face. You're laughing, but as a 5-year-old remembering it, I used to say, "Mommy, he's spitting on me." It used to be spit just coming on my face.
Say nothing to him.
I mean,
She was just like, deal with it.
he's just singing. His name. What was his name? Oh damn. His name was. It's right here. Oh damn.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. But he passed away a couple years ago. But
R.I.P.
yeah, so I started off doing that.
And then what made you, I guess, go transition into wanting to deal with music?
So when we moved to Charlotte, uh,
Where were y'all staying before?
we were in. I was born in Jersey, raised in Jersey a little bit. Then we moved to Baltimore. Then we moved to Mississippi with my grandma. Then we moved back to Jersey. Then we came to Charlotte. Um, Bow Wow came out, and I just knew I wasn't big on sports. Like I didn't really care about sports. I'm not a competitive person, but when I seen Bow Wow, I was like, I could do that. Literally, I was like, I can do that. I can do that. So my dad had me sit down. I had to learn a whole bunch of old school songs first, of course. Hip hop, hippie, Tupac, Biggie. Like I just had to learn shit.
But like, you just went to your parents. Like, what did you say to them? Like, I
No.
want to do this, or like how?
So it was I remember seeing it on Beat 106 in Park, and I was like, that's cool. And I was sitting there and ponder on it. I went to the concert. I was like, damn, all these girls are screaming for this guy. Like literally, I'm like, wow. So my dad had his job had like a fair or something. And I told him I wanted to do something now. I wanted to rap. He was like, "You want to rap?" I was like, "Yeah." So then that's when he made me learn all the songs and stuff like that. And so I performed one of Bow Wow songs there, and everyone was like, "He killed it." And then that's where it kicked off, bro. I'm in the fourth, fifth. I'll never forget. I had opened up for Lil Romeo, the day before school started in the fourth grade.
Wow, I know when you went to school.
Nah, you understand, bro? Like that changed my life indefinitely till now. Like my big bro Chris, he was in a group called New World, and they was real tight with Master P. We did like 3 shows. We did Charlotte, Greensboro, and like Columbia. And the Charlotte show was the last show. I'll never forget it. It was like either that Sunday or that Saturday, but school was Monday. The first day of school was Monday, and I got to school and I got chased down the hallway.
Damn, that's how lit it was.
Bro, I lie to you not. I lie to you not. They chased. It was at Dilworth Elementary School. They chased me down the hallway. That shit was so funny. But yeah, that's really how I jumped in there because I was like, I know I can do that.
So now going in, I'm guessing your parents were wanting to, I guess, be your managers or like just. How did you feel about that? When did that? Or I guess when did you kind of? When were you aware that okay, they're my managers type or that dynamic?
it just started happening. Everything happened so fast because, like, the way my parents are, they are firm believers in anything we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially my pops. Like, he was like, "This is what we do. You gotta take it serious." My mom was like Joe Jackson though. She used to have me in the living. She used to have all of us in the living room, like rehearsing and shit like that. Like when everyone was outside playing in playgrounds and shit, we was like all four of us was in the house rehearsing for like a show and shit. So like it really like got real with me when we started like traveling. Like I would miss school because we're like in Atlanta for a show, or I'm in New York or Baltimore for a show, like on a Tuesday. That's when I was like, oh yeah, this is lit. Like
I think my first time, I can't. Uh, it might have been seeing you on TV. It was a while back, but it might have been at the BET Awards. I think you had got like a cameo.
I did. Oh no.
You was like in the award.
Okay, so prior to that, I was on 106 in Park.
That is
Yeah, I was on 106 in Park. I was and it's crazy. Like no one knows this story, but I'll drop it up. I'll drop the gem. So the 106 in Park story is like everyone know I was solo. I was a solo artist. It was a producer I was working with at the time, uh, and he had a group, and it was a dude and two girls. And the guy, I guess they fell out or something, but they had this opportunity to audition for 106 in Park, and he was like, "Look, do you want to go on 106 in Park?" I'm like, "Yeah."
shit.
You know, I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Wow." I'm like, "Why? What's up?" He's like, "But you got to do this song." I listened to the song. I'm like, that ain't me. Like he was like,
You couldn't perform your own song.
I had to go on with the group because the audition was set for that group. So no one knows this. That is not my voice on that recording. So but I'm like, all right, I gotta go into gear. So we went to rehearsals. I introduced myself. I knew one of the girls. I didn't know the singer. That's Ashton and Jay. Shout out to them.
In the building.
Yeah. So I didn't know. So when we started rehearsing, it was cool. And we went to the audition and killed it. And then they said we going on. So then we went on the show. We went on the show, bro. Like literally, I lie to you not. Like, God, I'm sorry, but
How old were you at
this
this?
was my senior year of high school. Yeah, I was like 17. Or I might have just turned 18, one of the two. But like, we really won. But
Politics.
nah, no funny. We lost against some guys jerking to Jesus. They was like, I'm jerking for Jesus or water or some holy water or something.
They had to give it.
On live TV, listen, on live TV, our votes changed. Like, it was like, what? There's no way they won. It's no way they beat us.
Like so, you could see like the voting and everything.
Yeah, like backstage, we talked about. We even talked with executives. They was like, it was politics. It was a politics situation because we went crazy. I know I went crazy. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I remember that. But you probably talk about. I did go to the awards one year, and I was like walking through the crowd or something. I was just sitting there. It was like they were outside.
Exactly.
Everything. Yeah, I know you talking.
And then, so I mean, having that experience, how did that? Um, I guess like, where do you want to take your music? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
I guess, are you taking all of that in? Do those things seem big to you, or is it since you have been doing it so long? Are they just like, okay, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's funny you said that because I was talking to Jelani. He literally was telling me to start cherishing those moments more because, like you said, when you've been doing it so long or just getting those type of opportunities, you kind of be like, damn, I'm not doing enough because you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. But, recently I had to really sit back and just start appreciating those moments for making me who I am. And actually, I'm not doing too bad. You feel me? Like, I'm not. The way I see my music, like I want to be one of those artists where I don't have to drop music every month. You know what I mean? I want to be able to do an album, do a tour, and then go into movies. Spin the block, do another album, do another tour, then drop an artist. You get what I'm saying? Go to do fashion week. I just feel like I'm I'm not trying to be the best rapper in the game. I'm not trying to be the best lyricist. I'm not trying to do that. I just want to be the best performer, the best entertainer, all around
I
entertainer.
respect that.
So when they talk about Milan, they're like, nah, his music's hard, but nah, did you see him in that movie? Dude, did you see the fucking fashion show he just did? That's what I want them to speak about when they speak my name. Like, respect my name like that because literally everything I just everything I just mentioned, I'm in those fields. And if anybody know me, they know that I fuck it up in all those fields.
Let's talk about the clothing line Humble. How did that come about, and what happened to that?
Oh, you told me you was humble. Humble is
That got pretty big for it.
yeah, humble was a special moment for me, for real. It started out as lingo in the city, as we would say. My big homie Flight, Flizzy, my homeboy Stunner, my homeboy Hawk. That was just our lingo. It used to be like, keep it on the humble, like. But me, my homeboy Kyrie, and my brother Demar, uh, we made it a movement, and it was titled Humble Nation. And Humble Nation was just about being enlightened on who you were, and remaining humble on who you was, but still knowing that you the shit. You know what I mean? That's what it stood for. And a spinoff of Humble Nation came Humble Creations, which was the clothing brand, and the clothing brand was created to kind of like, we needed merch. We needed merchandise for when, I was doing shows or we were doing different things. We needed a clothing line to go along with that. So that's how Humble Creations came into play. And Kyrie, he was me and Kyrie went to school together. We went to middle school and high school together. And he was a visual artist. He knew how to draw his ass off. Still do know to this day. And he drew a shirt because I did this tour in high school. It was called a Be Yourself tour. And the logo was a planet, and I used to have a Gumby cut. Yeah, I had a Gumby cut, and there was a planet with a Gumby cut, and wrapped around it said "Humble Creations." That was the first thing we ever made, and we put it on crew necks, um, and that's how it started off. And then over time, people grow up, and then the situation just kind of like, we were just growing up, bro. Like, we all cool now, we all brothers.
Is that line still
Yeah, yeah,
out?
it's currently still out. Kyrie, he owns it. That's his brand. That's his movement.
You just didn't want to do nothing with it anymore, or you wanted to do something else, different vision?
It's just kind of like, it was just one of those situations where we were all growing up, and we was growing in different directions, and like we was growing up, bro. That's how I'm gonna say it. We was growing up. It was going in different directions. And sometimes you just gotta let people do their own thing.
That's a fact.
And that's how I am. Like, I could be bitter about it, but I'm not bitter about it. We was kids, bro. We've been hustling since like 16. We started Humble Creations at like 17. You feel me? 17, 18. So it was one of those things where uh Kyrie grew to love it more. You know what I'm saying? He grew to love. That's his baby. So when you see somebody that's passionate about something, yeah, you could be like, well, it's mine, it's this. Or you can be like, you know what? I respect it. I'm gonna let you have that, my boy, and make that shit what it's supposed to be. And that's what he's doing. It's still out. The logo's fire. Everything he dropped is fire, and that's what it's gonna be.
Going into music, was it uh was the goal always to get signed, or was that not your goal?
Not to be signed. It was more so just always wanting to have a team. And when I mean team, is like a machine behind you that's making sure you're moving in the right direction. And that's what I always fought for.
But you're still pretty. I mean, you're around my age, but when this is all happening, you're still pretty young. Like, how do you have knowledge of like, okay, I need a machine?
Um,
Or is that your parents? You talking with your parents, or talking
nah,
to different
right.
people? Like, how do you?
Just when you like when you first get into this game, like when you first rapping and shit, you don't really pay attention because it's the love of the arts. See, me, I started so young. It was never the love of the arts all the way. I always knew it was business.
Got that shit out your system.
You feel me? Like, I was like, understanding it was business when I'm going to like auditions for America's Got Talent and getting turned down because they say I don't look hood enough. You get what I'm saying? They're like, does he always dress like that? We love the music, but why does he have a collared shirt on?
Hey,
Going to my mom, like, why they say that? You get what I'm saying? Like, because I look too clean. Shit like that. So the love of the art was always there. I'm passionate. I went to an art school. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the field my whole life. So I know it's business. When you go into art school and they teach you marketing, they teach you all this different shit. Like, my teacher, Mr. Washington, on my ass every day. Pause. Like, telling me to do different shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's always been business with me since a young age.
So I know you were once with the infamous South Coast Music Group. Was that your first label that you were a part of, or I guess not label but conglomerate that you were a part of, or were you with anyone else before that? And then we'll talk about that.
Before then, I was let's see, when I was younger, I was signed to like little like this dude, this producer for a little while. I had a deal with Warner, but he messed it up.
Record deal, or just like a distribution, or
About to sign a record deal, but they didn't want him to produce my music.
he was like, nah, don't do it.
Exactly. So he fumbled that bag. Yeah, literally was about to sign with Warner's, but that fumble. But then like I was signed to another label called Martian Music Group. Um,
It's out of here.
yeah, it was based out of here. We had a little motion going on, but people say a lot, and his mind, he had great ideas, man, and his mind just. I think you remember that moment. You remember the party bus era, like when we had the party bus.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he had great ideas. It's just his mind was just everywhere. He
Couldn't execute them.
couldn't execute them. He was just so easily persuaded other areas, and then the money started coming in. And instead of using the money for what it originally was supposed to be for, he started doing other things. Then after that, I never signed paperwork, but I had some. I was in works with like another company. Um, and that just didn't go right because they didn't really know the business. They had the money, but they didn't know the business. And I'd rather you know the business than the money. So, I love them, but sometimes you just gotta make real decisions based off of that. And then I landed up with South Coast.
How old were you when you went to South Coast?
Man, what's funny is I've been going up to that office since I was like 19 though. Um,
Who originally brought you over there, or who were you?
No one. No one brought me nowhere. I used to go up to the office to see Arnold like all the time and bring him my music and be like, man, because I know him from breaking records on the radio. Like if you know Arnold Taylor, that's what he do. Like he break records. So I used to just go up there all the time with my music. He'd be like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And then one time I brought a video up there. It was Power to G. He was like, nah, that's hard. He was like, nah, that's hard.
What years?
This was like 2016, like the end of 2016. Um, yeah, I brought it up there, and we were just in the talks. It was like from like August. I brought it up there during the summer actually, because I had just shot the video in LA with Preston, Free Fresh Press. That's my brother. We just shot the video. We shot it in LA. We actually shot like 4 videos though.
Do you know of Carter at all?
Yeah, I knew Carter. I knew Carter through music. Um,
I was about to say, was he still doing music then, or?
nah, he wasn't doing music then. He was actually managing Dababy. So, but I knew Carter from when I was a kid growing up. He was rapping, and we used to see each other at Fig Studio all the time.
When was so the original roster at South Coast was you, the baby, and Blacc Zacc, correct? What was your first thought of Blacc Zacc? Was he already on there, or did he come?
So Blacc Zacc, I knew of Blacc Zacc from my partner Cooley, cause Cooley from Columbia. So crazy story, the Gnarly Boys opened up for Blacc Zacc in Columbia like back in 2015.
Damn.
Yeah, crazy, crazy. So yeah, when Blacc Zacc, I just felt like it was 3 different artists, like totally different artists. Like
On the label.
yeah, on the label, I felt like I was way left than Dababy and Zacc, but I felt like it could work though because sometimes you gotta have that way left, dude.
So how long were you with the label?
I was with them for what I think like a year or two.
And why do you feel like it didn't work out?
It didn't work out based off of just lack of communication with certain things.
On your part or their part?
It just was. I was different for the label, and in the midst of it, they was trying to find me a manager because at that time Carter was my manager and the baby's manager. At that time, baby's buzzing. They're trying to figure out who I am, like from my sound to my look, like what type of shows can I do. And and respectfully, the last conversation I had with Arnold, he just told me like he just didn't want to waste my time. You know what I'm saying? It was more so like he didn't know where I fit at that time. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of different things transitioning, and it just didn't work out.
And you wasn't like, dang, or I mean, you couldn't have came back to him, I guess, or how were you feeling when he at the time? I know you're older now, but at the time when he's telling you this, how are you? What's in your head?
I'm like, because for real, I was told that they was ending the label. I was told they was ending the label and that I should get out my deal and that they was gonna come back and grab me when shit got back together. My thought was never to leave the label because I believe Arnold believed in me and I'm a loyal person. You feel me? Like if it's a machine and I know it's making sense, why would I just leave the situation?
What about your parents? What are they kind of saying throughout? Since
I
they
mean,
kind of coached you throughout your career.
they were behind me. Like they asked, they was like, well, what's going on, this and that. And around that time, like I think like I didn't drop no music in like a year. And I was just like, well, what's going on? Like when I signed my deal, bro, I had 4 videos shot. My whole EP was done. Like everything was done when I came to them. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was independent. I was doing my own thing. So everything that I did was already done. So as I'm on a label, I probably shot like 2 videos, 3 videos with them, maybe. And I just felt like I was sitting around, so I started asking questions. They was like, "Well, we're trying to find you a manager." You know, in the midst of that, they was trying to find me a manager, but there was just lack of communication between certain people.
Could you not have found your own?
I mean, yeah, but everyone said they're gonna do something. So I brought people up there. They were like, "Yeah, but you just can't have anybody be your manager." A lot of times people say they could be a manager, but it's a lot.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot with it. I just feel like they could have swung the block on me.
Did you feel jaded in any kind of way?
Definitely. Hell yeah.
Well, what was your thought process after, or what were your actions after? Like, what did you do after?
I just continue to do me, bro. Like really, like I'll never throw no shade towards nobody because I just feel like everything happened for a reason. But I definitely feel like certain things could have went differently with a simple conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like being told one thing, so I'm reacting to it based off of what I was told, and then it's never even being true, and then you never come back and get that closure. That could fuck with you. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
So like from 2018 up until COVID, no, yeah, from 2018 up until COVID, bro, I was in a weird place. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Wondering like what, why, or like what do I need to do, or like,
You gotta think about this. I was told the label was ending.
man,
Listen, I was told that label was ending, and to get out my situation so I could put music out and do what I gotta do. And when shit get back right, like they gonna come back, we gonna do this and that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to him like, yo, let me just, y'all can release me. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. Hold it down. Just let me know, cause I don't want to waste nobody time, money, energy. I'm like, focus on the baby. Do what y'all gotta do. That's what y'all invested in the most at that time. I'm like, just do what y'all gotta do. Just let me know. So I'm in talks with with one person. He telling me different things, different things, different things. I never forget, bro. I'm in LA for Complex Con, and I walk into the Pink Dolphin store, and I hear, I'm on their ass today. I just done to run up a bag today. I said, oh my God, that's John. I'm like, that's the baby. I call Carter. I'm like, yo, they playing his music in Pink Dolphin in LA right now. He like, for real? I'm like, yeah. He was like, for real? Oh shit is out of here. I didn't talk to Carter for 2 years.
after
After that,
did you reach out?
yeah, I reached out. But granted, niggas is working. So I never took it as, oh, they ignoring me, they this and that. I just took it as, okay, they working.
When they were talking to you about the labels ending, et cetera, did you talk to any of the other artists about what was going on, like the baby or Blacc Zacc? Just kind of like, dang.
No, the only conversation I really had was with the baby. Me and Blacc Zacc never even really met each other. Um, Last conversation I had with the baby, I had did the Sauce Gala, and he called me. He was like, "Damn, that shit was dope."
I remember that shit. That was my first. That's when I started mouthing. Really started mouthing.
Yeah, he was like, "That was dope. How'd you do it?" We went over it. Like, I just told him different things, and his last conversation was really like, "Bro, just drop your music, be consistent, and just drop your shit. Fuck what anybody got to say." He was like, "Fuck a contract." Fuck. He was just saying, "Fuck anything that anybody got to say. Drop your shit."
So now they add Toosiie to the equation. Well, do you feel any kind of way since they didn't come back to you, or were you over it at that point?
When they added Toosiie, I didn't feel no type of way because me and Toosiie are two different artists. But you could say like I'm like, damn, like they added another nigga, ain't even called me. You feel me? Only because I'm going off of words that I was told, like when shit get right, this and that. So then now I'm sitting back, I'm like, damn. I'm like, in they minds, they probably think, oh, this nigga jumped ship. Now he trying to come back because we popping. You feel me? And it's like it's never been. I don't ride no waves, bro.
So do you think that kind of maybe stopped you from trying to get back with them as uh, hard as you could have, or reaching out, I guess, as
Yeah,
aggressively as you could have?
yeah. It was definitely that because from my angle, it looked like I just wanted to be released. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me just going to the source and be like, this is what I'm being told. But I'm feeling like this. I'm a loyal person, bro. I'm feeling like they're telling me this because they ain't supposed to tell me. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, all right, I got you.
So why not try to find a different label or someone or a conglomerate to go to maybe?
I mean, I'm always in talks with people. Um, it's not more so about searching for a label. It's more so getting hot and they coming to you. Cause you can look for people all day, but I want that shit to be real, genuine. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be one of those situations where they come to be like, nah, I want to work with you. I want you to do X, Y, and Z. You got it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see.
So from the mind of Milan, how does one get hot?
Shit, consistency. Um, Staying in people's face. Not being scared to be yourself. Not being scared to go against all the odds, cause they gonna hate on you. They gonna say it ain't gonna work. They gonna say all type of shit, but it's about you actually getting up and getting to it every day and it becoming your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been moments I ain't sleep because I'm recording all night. It's been moments I ain't eat because I'm out posting flyers and doing all type of shit just to stay relevant. Um, and that's really what it's about.
You think you're as passionate about music as you used to be?
Uh, I would say it's more so that I know that I'm capable of it. I think the passion just lives in me. I'm passionate about being an entertainer. You get what I mean? So it's like as a kid when you growing up, like reality ain't sitting in till you got bills. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad I can say that I'm paying bills off of my lifestyle, off of me being an entertainer, bro. I haven't worked a job since 2013. You know what I'm saying? 2013 for sure. So I'm blessed to even say that part. But the passion lives in me because, like I said, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I don't know nothing else. You know what I mean? That's like asking somebody, are they passionate about cooking? And they've been cooking since a kid and they grew up in the kitchen. Like, nah, that's just normal. I know how to make good shrimp Alfredo.
Have you thought about moving, moving to Atlanta, Hollywood, New York? Since you said you are trying to get into acting, or not have only focus on music.
Yeah. So my brothers, they jumped off the porch before I could. You know what I'm saying? They jumped off. They had moved to LA. I was scheduled to move out there too. And then COVID broke out, bro. Like, so right when I'm like, yeah, I'm coming, some drastic shit happened. So now I'm in the thought process of definitely moving. It's looking like Atlanta. I've been avoiding Atlanta all these years.
I have to, but
Um,
it's right there.
but I've been playing myself. You feel me? Because people tell me years like, yo, you need to go to Atlanta. I just could. I just felt like Atlanta was Charlotte on a bigger level.
Too close.
You know what I'm saying? It was just so close. I'm like, I gotta go to New York. I gotta go to LA. But granted, every time I went to New York or I go to LA, I get so much love out there too. But it's just like you're an artist and you're a black art actor. Atlanta's where it's at.
Atlanta's definitely where it's
So
at.
it's like it makes sense. I'm avoiding my blessings. You know what I'm saying? Granted, Charlotte is a growing, emerging city, but it still got time. And respectfully, I've outgrown Charlotte in that area, bro. Like I've outgrown it. It's nothing in Charlotte that I can't say I haven't done or touched on a level for people to be like, wow.
Facts.
And
What's next for you?
um, I mean, I got more music coming. Uh, I want to get into acting. I'm getting into acting this year, heavy. I got a movie that we supposed to be working on. Um, but I'm gonna go touch. I'm about to go. I'm about to go fuck Atlanta up. I got this Wonderland concert series that we're starting out here. It's me, the Gnarly Boys, courtesy of Cooley. Um, we're gonna do that here for a little while, but I'm going to Atlanta. Um, yeah, I'm gonna fuck Atlanta up.
I mean, I'm excited to see what you got coming because you've always been doing great things, creative things. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Before we end, I just have this last segment called One Piece of Advice. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions and just give one piece of advice to that thing. Okay. First, give one piece of advice to the people of Charlotte.
Stop battling for the number one spot. Work together.
Definitely. All right, give one piece of advice to a up and coming artist that, yeah, just an up and coming artist.
Believe in you before anybody else. That's it. Don't worry about what nobody else is saying in your creating process. Like when you first starting, like if you want to do your songs in high pitch all the time, keep doing it until you find that sound that makes sense. You know what I mean? If you feel like your hair needs to be green every day, do it to your full potential. Don't be scared to push boundaries. Um, yeah, just push to be so different that when you walk in the room, they feel your presence.
That's real. Give one piece of advice to 21-year-old you. Where were you? What was he doing? Give one piece of advice to that guy.
Save your money and pick one girl. 21 was a crazy year.
And then for the last one, give one piece of advice to the future you. However you envision yourself in the future, it could be, let's just say 10 years down the line. Give one piece of advice to that guy.
Stop being so nice. Stop letting people feel like they can even have a chance of playing with you. Like really stand on what you say. Um, and be so sufficient in your mental that no one can come in and fuck up your thought process. Like really know what you're doing in that moment and stay on it.
Stand on it.
Stop giving everybody opportunities. Everyone doesn't deserve opportunity.
A lot of niggas wasting people's time. Got
Stop positioning people that don't deserve to be in positions. Because that's what I battle with. I battle with seeing I might see your worth that's not even supposed to come till 10 years. But I'm going to fuel you in right now, not realizing you're not even ready to take on that journey. You get what I'm saying? Some people not ready to take on that responsibility at that moment. But if you feel them so much, now you done gassed them. And now they feel like they got it, but they haven't even gone through other shit that broke them down to now it's like, I'm ready. Save your energy for you and sprinkle it on others. Instead of fueling them with all your energy, sprinkle it. Give them a little bit so they can go out and learn something about themselves and get their own energy. Because then you'll be full. A little sprinkle don't hurt. Because when you sprinkle, it's going to come back tenfold. But when you get that shit all out, you got to wait for that bitch to fill back up. Yeah.
All right, people. Milan Hightower. Drop your Instagram one more time. Social media.
Milan Hightower, MILANHIGHTOWER, and I am the Dirty Sauce God.
There you have it. Adrian Nyce, like I always say, F what you talking about, because over here we mouthing out.
Hey.
Peace!